Yo, 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 happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everyone. My name is Justin Moore, founder of Creator Wizard, where I teach you how to find and negotiate your dream sponsorships. Back at you for another live stream. Today, we're going to be talking about 10 scripts that you can use when brands offer you free products. Let me know where you're tuning in from, and let me know if you still have brands in your inbox who are offering you free stuff, offering you gifts in exchange for exposure or posts and things like that. I talk with many creators. I coach lots of creators who, they may have hundreds of thousands of followers and they're still getting brands offering them free stuff and they get very frustrated about it. So I'm very excited for today's live stream. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And we have a special guest today. Guess who the special guest is? Can you see? Can you see who the special guest is? Y'all, I have the very first proof of my book, Sponsor Magnet. It feels absolutely surreal because I don't know if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter or anything. I posted, like, my wife filmed my reaction opening the package for the first time and kind of feeling it in my hands for the first time. It was really emotional, actually. It was kind of a bizarre experience, to be honest, to kind of create something from nothing and just pour so much like heart and soul into it, and then finally feel it physically. It was really cool. So today's live stream, it's going to be a little excerpt from my book, which is coming out on January 21st. And by the way, if you have not, I forgot to turn my Instagram live on. Let me turn that on. There we go. If you have not pre-ordered my book, Sponsor Magnet, what the heck are you doing? SponsorMagnet.com. You'll get access to the very first chapter. You'll get access to my 15 negotiation scripts to help you make more money on your deals ASAP. I've got some sweet pre-order bonuses on there. So yeah, SponsorMagnet.com. And you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Let me just pull up the pre-order thing. There we go. Ooh, this is not good though, because look, my pre-order thing is covering my my book. I didn't think about that one. I got to move it somehow. Just move it up like this. There we go. You can see it now. So SponsorMagnet.com, pre-order. Yeah, so let me know where you're tuning in from in the chat. We've got Jason Vaughn tuning in. What's going on, man? We've got Amy Goes Son Adventures tuning in. We've got Sarah Dawn tuning in from Toronto, Canada. Tuning in from a little cafe. Love to hear it here. We've got Leo Toller tuning in on Instagram. Great to see you all here. And for those of you who are lurking, who always show up but never comment, it's time for you to drop a 1 in the chat, or a money tongue emoji guy, or the mind blown emoji, or maybe how about the book emoji because you're excited for the book. Right? Grace C501. I know you're excited for the book. All right. So as I mentioned, today is all about these 10 scripts that you can use when brands offer free products. They are featured in the book. But if you have any questions around sponsorships and brand deals and negotiations, you know that these live streams are something that I do for you every week. And so my time is your time. I'd be so happy to answer those questions a bit later in the live stream. I was just thinking about this recently, that I have done a live stream almost every week for 3 years, which is kind of crazy. So that's definitely, I don't know. I wear it as a badge of honor because I don't think I've ever done anything for 3 years straight like that. I mean, I took a few breaks here and there with craziness and everything, but yeah, I've been live streaming for like several years every week. It's pretty dope. Yo, we got Mario Juice tuning in. Mario, YouTube strategist extraordinaire. We're in the presence of YouTube strategy royalty today, guys. And Mario says the book. And so does Bianca says the book. Yes, it's the book. It's crazy. It's surreal, right? Yeah, crazy. All right. So, let's just kick it off. Okay. So, free stuff. Let's real quickly talk about free stuff. Is it annoying? Does it bother you guys? Do you get angry? Do you get upset? Do you insult the brand? I had a creator, message me that they had pitched a brand, fairly sizable creator. They had made a YouTube video promoting this brand, and they used that as fodder to reach out to the brand and say, hey, look at how much I love your brand. I made this video I'm going to publish soon. Let's talk about collaboration ideas. So they were thinking that by talking about the brand for free, that the brand would kind of trip over themselves to like pay them money. And the thing that they were the most upset about was that the brand was not only dismissive of their pitch, they did respond, but they said, oh, sorry, we're not doing any collaborations. Here's a link to our store if you want to buy more of our products. And then they didn't even really sign their name in the reply. It was just like, brand names team or whatever. And they had screenshotted this message and sent it to me, and they were really upset. And they had even screenshotted the reply that they had sent to the brand, and they said some not very kind things to the brand and all this. They were just really insulted. And I parsed the email that I got or that they sent me, and there was a couple things that we learned from that. Number one, when you receive a response from a brand and there's no name. Like there's no one like, oh yeah, like Stephanie from brand team or whatever, where they have their title and their email address and all this stuff. And it's just as like brand name team. That's almost always like someone on the customer support team or a community engagement team that is responding to those types of inquiries. And they have, their brands are, a lot of consumer brands are inundated with these types of requests. And so they have this like template of what they copy and paste to every single partner. It doesn't matter how many followers you have. They just have an edict from up above that basically says, we don't pay creators. Here's what you say when people ask for free stuff, or here's what people say when they ask for deals. And so by the very virtue of there not being a name associated with this response, to me, that's like a very clear signal that this is not someone on the brand team, like the marketing manager or the brand manager replying to this. And so I advise this creator in situations like this where brands are only offering free stuff, or even better, like worse yet, offering for you to pay for their stuff. You're way better. You're way better off circumventing that first line of defense that is basically put there as kind of the gatekeeper and going straight to the decision maker. And so this requires more thoughtfulness for you to analyze the marketing hierarchy at the organization. It requires you to look up amongst, let's say, 10 different marketing contacts and try to discern who you think is the right person to reach out to. You're just going to have a much better result reaching out directly to the person and making your case. And you really, really, really can't take this stuff personally. You just have to understand and kind of put your empathy hat on. I talk a lot in the book of like, okay, let's put our hat of empathy on again, of like, imagine you're the brand, imagine you're inundated with these emails, imagine what it's like day in and day out responding the same thing. You oftentimes don't have time to like truly evaluate every inbound pitch that creators are sending you, right? And so this is something that you're going to get a big, heavy dose of that in the book. So let's kick it off. We've got the in between. What's going on, Anthony? Good to see you. Yeah, love your special guest for today. Appreciate that. We've got Angry Owl Outdoors tuning in, working while I'm lurking. Love to see it here. We've got Cat Cricket Design tuning in on IG, Actual, the Maurice Walker, Faith to Believe, Coach Miller. Good to see you all here. All right, so let's dive into it. I'm going to break open my very own copy of Sponsor Magnet, and I'm going to flip to page 123, which is where these scripts start. So this title, or this section, is called 10 Scripts to Handle the Free Stuff Conundrum. Okay, so the first scenario that we're going to talk about is when the brand offers you free stuff or services but doesn't require you to post. So this is a pretty common one where they'll just reach out and they'll be like, hey, we just love what you're doing. We don't, really, there's no necessity or requirement for you to post about this, but obviously we'd love if you did. And it's very like light touch in that regard. And a lot of people turn that down because there's like this implicit, oh, well, even though they're not saying I don't have to post about it. I feel like I should. I feel like I'm like indebted to them. And that sometimes, so some people just say no because it's like a $10 thing, right? This actually happened to my wife and I recently. We recently moved to Minnesota. And so we've started getting inquiries from Minnesota-based PR agencies for various experiential activations and stuff like that. And this happened to us where they invited us to like some event, and they said that there would be in this situation, it was like very clearly they didn't require a post, but they were like they were putting hashtags and like it was clear, right? And we basically looked up how much it was going to cost to we did the whole like I'll read the script, but like we looked up how much it was going to cost, and it was going to be like $20 a ticket. And so we're like, do we really, for our family of 4 people, do we really want to like do this whole thing for like $80? Like we could just buy it. If like why go through this whole like, dog and pony show? Is this even necessary? Right? Sometimes you got to do a gut check like that, but here's what you can say in response to something like that. So instead of saying, sure, send over the free stuff, you can actually propose a specific statement of work. So this is what you could say. You could say, hey, name, the product looks really cool and I appreciate that offer. I know you mentioned I'm not required to post about it, but I would love to create the following. 1 90-second integration, 1 social media post, a 30-second cut down of the video. I will grant you the ad rights to all the assets for 3 months. Would you be interested in that? Let me know if you can pull from a different budget for a collaboration like this. Thanks, right? And so a lot of people ask me like, what do I mean by pulling from a different budget? So what I talk about in the book is that brands typically have different buckets that they are able to, like, they allocate different buckets of money to differentiate between their various marketing strategies. And the strategy that you've essentially found yourself caught in is what I call the earned media bucket, right? And this is where kind of the brand takes this kind of spray and pray approach, right? Where they just like email hundreds of people and just hope and pray that anyone says, yeah, sure, I'll talk about it, right? And they're going to do that all day long. Truly, they're going to do that all day long, and you cannot get mad at that. And so that is just the way it is and the way it's always going to be. And so your goal is to have them remove you from this kind of earned media bucket and put you in the paid media bucket, right? Because remember, if a brand wants to, let's say, like run social media ads, right? Do you think that the platforms let them do that for free? Do you think Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, et cetera, they're like, oh yeah, sure, run as many ads as you want? And reach all of our customers. Do they let brands do that for free? No, they don't. They don't let them do that. Brands have to pay for that privilege. And so the same analogy can hold true here, right? And so the kind of think the faster that you can convince kind of the brand to shift its mindset about what you're bringing to the table, for example, content production, an organic distribution channel, the easier it's going to be to convince them to compensate you. Okay, is this making sense? Yeah. Bianca says, oh my God, wait, I literally need this script right now. Yes. Mecca says, oh my God, is the complete book ready already? So this is the proof copy. It's not, the final version is not completely ready. I had a bunch of notes for the interior layout. So this is like the very V1 of the interior layout. And so I went through this with like a fine tooth comb, going through every single thing and the layout and font and, layout of all the pictures. And guys, I had no idea what was involved in actually bringing a book to life before I started doing this. So this was crazy. So script number 1, how are we feeling about this? Right? Proposing a specific statement of work, even if the brand is not asking for. Are we feeling good? Okay. All right, next. Let's talk about the next scenario. Here we go. Page 126. Okay, scenario is that the brand's public relations team or agency offers a shipment of free stuff in exchange for a promotion. Sometimes brands will reach out, or you'll get on these lists for what are called PR mailers, where they'll just send out the stuff and they're saying, okay, hey, if you want to, fill out your form here, if you agree to like actually post about it. So this is a scenario where they will actually explicitly ask you for that. Hold on a second here. Simplified Gardening just said pre-ordered, but it's away from live yet. Lots to do. It took me ages with mine. Congrats, Justin. Holy cow, come on. Every time someone pre-orders the book, I'm going to give you a special shout out and I'm going to give you a sound effect. So Simplified Gardening just pre-ordered Sponsor Magnet, sponsormagnet.com. If you want to pre-order it, I'm just going to pull up the URL right here. Every time you're going to get a special, anyone who pre-orders it gets the special shout out. All right. That's the rule with today's live stream. If you haven't pre-ordered it yet, you're going to get that special shout out. Okay. I appreciate that very much, man. Okay, so that scenario where they're actually offering to send you a PR mailer, the solution is to find out if their team is responsible for paid media, right? So here's the script. Hey, Name, this looks amazing and my audience would love this. Out of curiosity, is your team also handling paid media for this campaign? If you expedite the package to me, I can quickly create a compelling 15-second video highlighting this initiative that the brand can use to extend the reach and visibility. Let me know if that's of interest and I can send over the investment. Thanks. Okay, so here we focused on the quick turnaround. Why is that? Well, it's imperative because, see, most brand campaigns have a short, what's called flight or duration, such as 30 days or 60 days or something like that, right? And so that is why the script reply in this scenario has to emphasize that your specialty is speed, right? Because the brand just doesn't have time to spend 3 weeks like negotiating with you, another 4 weeks waiting for like content delivery. And like by that time, the campaign is going to likely be over. And I'm going to put you on a hot seat real quickly, Bianca. I hope you're okay with me blowing up your spot right here. But Bianca on my team is actively pitching a brand for sponsorship right now. And they are asking whether or not she can do something for Black Friday. And she was like, absolutely. I will clear my schedule this weekend. I can do live streams for your brand XYZ. And she's putting together a deal for them right now. So can we all just real quickly just like put a golf clap together here for Bianca in the chat for actually making the thing happen? Right? And so she emphasized speed and that when she was on the phone call with the brand, that she could actually do this. Okay? Come on. I'm not going to proceed here until I see us giving Bianca some love in the chat here. I'm not going to move on. I'm proud of you, Bianca. Okay? So speed is it's like a really critical thing here. Okay? All right. Scenario number 3, when a brand offers you, the brand invites you to join their affiliate program. Who has had this happen? Who has had a brand say, hey, yeah, we'll give you like 20% of your deals. Sorry, we'll give you 20% commission for every sale that you generate. Who's had that one, right? Okay, so the solution is to make them question their current strategy. Okay. Hey, Name, thanks for sending that info on your affiliate program. Out of curiosity, how do you currently source social media content? Also, do your affiliates grant you rights to use their content for ads? I specialize in collaborations with a flat investment. So let me know if you'd like to discuss how I can help you get a better ROI from your influencer strategy. Thanks. Right? So again, this type of thing, you may have heard this before, but this type of positioning is going to be music to a brand's ears. You want to know why? Because they're all concerned with getting a return on their investment, right? Because most creators, they shy away from this topic because they're kind of petrified that they can't get a return for the brand. Have you ever been this happens a lot where I ask creators like, hey, have you gotten a lot of repeat deals? And they say no. And I say, okay, well, why do you think that is? And they say, well, after I get paid, I never circle back from the brand because I'm scared to ask them how it went because I feel really pessimistic that I even generated any sales, right? So this is one of the reasons why brands are really concerned about this whole ROI conversation. But again, what I talk about a lot, and I talk about a lot in the book, is that ROI, like the return on investment, is not always about how many sales you generate, right? I talk in one of the sections of the book about my ARC framework, right? The awareness, repurposing, and conversion. There's like these 3 goal types that brands will have when they want to collaborate with the creator. And so the brand might think, actually, when you position this whole affiliate pivot to them, hey, we're not actually getting the usage rights from our affiliates for the content that they're creating, right? That's actually a great idea, right? Let's maybe talk to this person about how they approach situations like that, okay? So it's making them reconsider like, actually, yeah, we're not doing that. Let's engage with this person further. Bianca, I love all the golf claps for Bianca in the chat. Bianca, maybe you can spit some game in the chat about how did you make this happen? How did you, and I hope you're okay with me sharing this, but Bianca's at about 3,000 followers on TikTok right now. And she has gotten multiple deals and these are all coming from pitching, right? And so please spit some free game in the chat, Bianca. Okay. And remember, When Bianca joined the team, she did not have a social media presence. And she basically got indoctrinated with the whole, creator wizard special sauce. She started a TikTok, started posting content, and she is now like pitching multiple brand deals. So if you're sitting here thinking like, I just don't have a lot of followers, I don't know if brand deals are for me, I don't think that this is actually feasible. Bianca's living proof that like, if you actually put in the practice, if you learn this stuff, if you put in the reps and have the humility when you're reaching out to these brands, good things happen. Okay. All right. All right. Scenario number 4. All right. When brands offer free stuff. When I hold up the book, is it like putting me out of focus? I guess I got to hold it back here. Okay. Scenario number 4 on page 127 of Sponsor Magnet, sponsormagnet.com. The brand offers you a gift card as a payment. Has this ever happened? Well, the solution is that you have to accept it to test the product, but clarify that promotion requires compensation. Okay. This is really critical. Hey Name, thanks so much for the offer. If you would like to send a gift card first, that will allow me time to test out your product and confirm it will be an excellent fit for my audience, and I'm sure it will. Then, if you'd like me to do a comprehensive promotion, we can discuss the investment. What do you think? Okay, so rather than being insulted by the brand's gift card offer, you can kind of like flip this around in your mind and just kind of get excited about the whole thing, right? Because brands love working with people who are authentic fans and don't love working with people who view collaborations as these kind of like one and done transactions, right? And so accepting the gift while clearly stating that there's no promotion kind of strings attached could lead to a compensation partnership later on. Okay. So your word choices matter here when the brand is offering one thing and you could say, yeah, sure, I'll check that out. You can also do this with an affiliate when the brands are offering affiliate, join our affiliate program. Sure. Absolutely. Sounds great. I'll go check that out. Also, and then use the script that we just talked about, right? We've got El Jaber Jesus tuning in on Instagram. Good to see you here. We've got Eugene Berezin. We've got Shannon Skip to My Life. What's going on, Shannon? We've got Nikki Bum Bum tuning in. Good to see you here. We've got Persian Skater Keanu Reeves 36513. King Official Rajput 13 joined as well. Good to see you here. Love to see it here. Oh, the in-between pre-order. There we go. Let's go, Anthony. We got another pre-order. I've been mentioning that anyone who pre-orders my book, Sponsor Magnet, live on the stream, you're getting a personalized shout out from me. Appreciate that very much. Bianca said in the chat, some free game. Just pitch. I've learned it likely won't go where you were expecting, but if you ask and listen to the brand's goals, it will happen. Yes, absolutely love to see it here. Aiden Anders says, I just pre-ordered. I am now expecting my high five. Let's go. I'm going to give you the high five virtually. And if I ever see you in person, you're getting it there. And I'm just going to do it here. We've got Aiden Anders. There we go. Love to see it. I appreciate you very much. That means a lot to me. Bianca says, I pitched UGC and I am now negotiating ongoing presence for the brand. Even better. Where do you think Bianca got that confidence? I think it was from here. Sponsor Magnet. Okay. Let's go to scenario number 5. I bet you every single person here has heard this one. The scenario is that the brand says gifted first and then paid if it performs well. Anyone ever heard this one? The solution is to explain that one post isn't enough to determine success. Hey Name, I appreciate you sharing this. In my experience, it takes several posts to measure the success of a partnership. For example, repeatedly illustrating to my audience that I'm continuing to love and use a product builds credibility and increases purchase intent. Also, if we partnered through June for monthly posts, we could meet periodically and analyze the results from each post and, if needed, change our approach. I am sure you found the same long-term outlook is required to see success running ads on social media. Can I send over a few investment options for what a collaboration like this could look like? Your name. So, what do we think of this script here? What do we think? And so the key here is basically kind of drawing this analogy that like once again to kind of social media ads that virtually every brand are running. right? They're running ads on Instagram, they're running ads on Facebook, they're running ads on YouTube or TikTok or whatever it is, right? Because predicting what type of ad creative will do well is really, really challenging, right? I could share this quick anecdote. When I ran my agency, let me take a quick swig here. When I ran my agency, like a really large phone company contracted us to hire some creators, generate a bunch of great content that they could repurpose for paid advertising, right? And we hired a bunch of different creators, and the quality of the content that they ultimately delivered ran the gamut. Like some, it was like super glossy and polished. And I was like, and some was like not that. And I was just sure, like the one in particular, that this was like, this one was going to be, was going to crush it, right? Like this really high gloss, super professional one was going to be the ad that killed it. But you know, the one that ultimately killed it was the one that looked like it was recorded on a potato. It was like, I swear to God, someone recorded this ad on like their Nokia brick smartphone from like 2009 or something. I swear it was so terrible, but that's the one that performed the best. And so you never know what type of content is going to perform best when brands run these ads, right? And so your goal in kind of this scenario, when you send this type of script to the brand, is to help them understand that like multiple posts are often required to assess like a partnership success accurately. So if you can say, hey, I can generate 5 videos, 10 videos or something like that for you, you can throw that into the Instagram Meta black box ads, black box, right? And see which one performs best, right? And so you're making them kind of question their strategy and realizing that a single activation is probably not going to move the needle. Okay? How are we feeling here? I'm just going to take a pause. We are 5 scripts through what to say when brands offer free stuff. I'm pulling these directly from my forthcoming book sponsor, Magnet, How to Attract, Price, and Execute Your Dream Brand Partnerships. You can pre-order it now at sponsormagnet.com. We got a question here from That Bleached Blonde. Well, I mean, doesn't it matter what KPI they are judging on? And yes, of course, you need to ascertain that, but don't lead the witness and assume that it's sales. Right? Because again, first of all, let's just talk about like legitimacy here. If that brand tried to go out there and let's say that they needed like content to run paid advertising, right? If they weren't hiring creators, right? They would go to a production company, okay? And they would say, hey production company, we need some content to run for advertising. Can you do this on like a speculative basis? And say, like, I want you to go out there and hire actors and actresses to star in this content. I want you to edit the content and I want you to deliver this within 7 days. And if we like it and if it does well, then we'll consider paying you. What business in their right mind is going to agree to those terms? They're not going to. And so you have to look at yourself as what I call a production company in a box. You're doing a lot of different things for the brand, right? You're the creative services, right? You are the production crew. You edit the dang content. And oh, by the way, you have an organic distribution channel to actually publish this content. So a trial is not legitimate. Right? Let's see how it goes first. And if it goes well, maybe we'll pay you. Maybe we'll pay you. No, that's not how it works. Sorry, I get a little impassioned about this stuff. That Bleached Blonde. But again, yes, of course it matters, the KPIs that they're judging you on. But if they're not compensating you, you need to be very judicious with the types of deals that you're doing. Angry Owl Outdoors says, I record on potatoes all the time. I mean, I live in Idaho. I hear you. I was just in Idaho, actually, in Titonia, Idaho. And I was with one of my best friends for like a little bachelor thing. It was amazing. So love it out there. Yeah, that Bleach Blonde said, yes, some would do affiliate, but it would depend so much on the brand. So yes, finding out all these things on the creator side is so important. And you know what? Like that is such an important insight because the vast majority of creators do not ask these questions. Okay? They do not ask these questions. They don't ask, hey, what would a win look like for you, brand? Hey, what would success look like for you at the end of this partnership. They literally just don't ask. They say, here's how much I charge for a 60-second integration. Here's how much I charge for a reel or a TikTok. They don't ask, they're not invested in the outcome. They just want to know how much you're going to pay me, right? And so if you're the one person asking these questions, then maybe they're going to have that phone call with you and not the 1,000 other people that are reaching out. Simplify Gardening says, one sponsor has been with me for 7 years because of a potato video. Well, there we go. That's all we need to know that potato videos work. We got some evidence right here from Simply Gardening. Jason Vaughn says, I was at an event for theme parks and they held a panel on working with influencers. They talked about offering free tickets and never paying them, but how they valued some of their posts, their single posts, as 6 figures of earned media. Wow, that's dirty. That's dirty. Were they proud of this, Jason? Because that sounds pretty dirty to be proud of that. But yeah, I hear you. All right, let's proceed because I want to make sure we can get to Q&A. For those of you guys who are just joining, we're talking about 10 scripts that you can utilize when brands offer only free products or a gifted collaboration. I'm pulling these scripts directly from my forthcoming book, Sponsor Magnet, sponsormagnet.com, to pre-order it. And I'm going to give you a sound effect if you pre-order it live on the stream. Scenario number 6, the brand says that their product is expensive. So that should be compensation enough. Drop it in the chat. Give me the rolling eye emoji if you've ever heard this one, okay? Or the laughing hand emoji guy. The brand, okay, so the solution to this is making them drool over your audience and have FOMO, which means fear of missing out. Hey, name, I understand where you're coming from. This collaboration will perform well because my audience regularly messages me when they have purchased similar products or products at a comparable price point that I've shared. Check out the attached screenshots for a few examples. I have also attached my demographics and additional psychographic research I have conducted so you can see how my audience aligns with the types of consumers that you're trying to reach. With this in mind, what budget can you allocate to our partnership? Holy cow. How are we feeling here? First of all, can we just take a moment here to talk about how assertive and confident this script sounds? You're not just saying like, oh, I think, or I feel it's going to do this. You're saying, no, it's going to perform well because of the following reasons. And oh, by the way, here's some screenshots. Okay. By the way, if you're not collecting screenshots, like when your audience tells you that they've purchased something that you recommended, you better start now. Look, a lot of brands are grasping at straws for even anecdotal proof that you have influence. So if you don't have a ton of brand partnerships that you've done in the past, or you don't even have much affiliate data that you can share that illustrates that you have influence, what about when you told your audience to do a thing and they did the thing? You told them to go sign up for a free webinar. You told them to go check this thing out in the store and they went and did it and you got a bunch of comments or a bunch of DMs or email replies or whatever saying, hey, thanks so much for telling me about this thing. I just did the thing. That can serve as proof. So start screenshotting the heck out of all of those things and putting them into a giant Google spreadsheet for this when these various situations come up. By the way, can we just take a quick pause in the live stream? I want to say thank you so much to Anthony from the In-Between. He said, hit the like button if this is valuable, folks. And I'm going to take that one step further. Thank you, Anthony. And also share this. If you're watching on YouTube, you can click the share button. It'll share it to your YouTube community tab, or take a quick moment to share on your IG stories or your X account or whatever. Because the only way, and I'm just going to get real vulnerable here for a moment here. I have an aspiration to get this book in the hands of 100,000 creators over the next 5 years. That is a very lofty aspiration. I know that's probably insane. That's basically 20,000 books a year. And I am pulling out every dang party trick I know to make that happen. And I really don't know how I'm going to do it. But I am, by the way, first of all, if you guys have any ideas, please let me know. But you may have heard me say that I'm on this crazy podcast tour. I'm going on 100 podcasts over the next 2 months or so. And when the book launches, I'm going to continue to move the needle. I am actually, let me talk about a bit about my own pitching prowess, if I'd be so bold to say. I'm in talks with a very, very large creator conference right now to get the book in the swag bag of every single creator. And there's thousands of creators that attend this conference. So like, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I shot my shot. I was like, here's my goal. This is what I'm trying to happen. I said the same thing that I just said. What would it take for me to get this book in everyone's grab bag? Right. So, yeah, like I just think it's like a, sharing the live stream, sharing the book, sharing my newsletter, sharing all these things. If I've ever provided you value, if I've ever helped you make more money on a deal, if I've ever helped you be more confident when talking with brands, you are now indebted to me. And the only way that you can repay that debt is to share the book, share the newsletter, do something. That would just mean the world to me. Okay. All right. Nikki Bum Bum says, my nail tech is getting serious about her content creation, so I'm going to gift her a book when I order mine. Okay. You know what? That is so beautiful. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Thank you so much, Nikki. That really means a lot to me. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Simplify Gardening says going on other folks' lives works real well for pushing books. I have done over 35,000 of mine since February. Def do other lives with similar channels. Holy cow. Okay, Bianca, I think we need to see what Simplify Gardening just said on the comment above you. Maybe we need to prioritize doing the live streams because so far it's been mainly like focus on podcasts, but maybe we should do lives. I think that's a great idea. So thanks for the shout. Appreciate that. That Beach Blonde says, or if we just like you, share. Yes, exactly. Who doesn't like me? Who doesn't like my passion for sponsorship strategy? Okay. Let's move on. I got 5 more scripts I got to share. Bianca says, I'd say you are healthily insane. Okay. Hey, that's good. That's a good thing here. All right. Okay. So let's move on to the script number 6. We already did script number 6. Okay. Scenario number 7. Okay. Scenario number 7. When a brand offers you free stuff, they say, the brand asks to repost your content. Have you ever had this one where a brand will slide in your DMs or they'll email you and they say, hey, we love your content. It's awesome. Let us reply yes or confirmed, and visit this URL to look at the usage rights terms and the terms and conditions to let us repost it or whatever. You may have seen these things on like Instagram or something. And a lot of people are like trip over themselves to say yes to that. They're like, oh my gosh, yes, exposure on this brand is like 200,000 followers. Yes, please. Okay. Well, first, I don't mean to make fun of anyone like this because I get it. Like maybe you've been working really hard to grow your creator business, and getting the attention, getting on the radar of some of these large brands feels like validation. It feels like you're finally being noticed. It feels like you're finally being acknowledged, especially if you have people in your personal life, family, friends who have been condescending to you about this creator journey that you're on. So I get it. I don't fault you. We did that tons. In fact, we have so many stories and anecdotes in this book of like all the crazy mistakes that we made early on. And so I'm not judging you at all. But what I am saying is that you have to be very careful and discerning when brands ask for that type of thing. And the solution when brands ask for that is to share your excitement and ask reasonable questions in response to that. Hey, Name, it's great to connect, and I'm honored that you liked my post. And then you insert a sentence re-emphasizing why you love their brand or their product so much. I'm absolutely interested in granting your brand the right to repurpose my content. Can you share a few details, such as how long will the usage term be? Are you looking to repost it organically on your social handles or website? Are you also looking to secure paid media rights? I'd also be open to granting boosting or allow listing rights if it interests you. Let me know what budget range you've set aside for this, and we can discuss next steps. Okay? See, 99% of the time, like you will never see, honestly, like as I said, any real growth, just agreeing, to let the brand get, exposure. Yeah, sounds good. You're not going to see any growth or traction. Okay. And so you have to basically instead treat this as a clear signal of interest from the brand that they value your work, because they wouldn't be asking to repurpose it if they didn't. Right. And so there is when you have to quickly pivot to a more comprehensive partnership proposal. Okay. So see that as a foot in the door to start pitching something else. All right. Scenario number 8, the brand reposts your content without asking you. How dare they? And they either do or do not credit you. Okay. So the solution here is that you have to let them know that this is something that they have to compensate you for. Okay. All right. This is what you say. Hey, name, I'm so glad that you enjoyed my video about your brand or your product or your service so much that you reposted it. Repurposing my content requires an investment. So can you let me know what budget you have set aside to secure those rights? I also have a few collaboration ideas featuring your brand or your product or your service that I'd love to share. Are you free on Thursday at 1 p.m. to chat? Thanks. Okay. So when I have done this in the past, because this has definitely happened to us before, what oftentimes happens is that brands kind of get this lump in their throat over this little bit, which is the what budget do you have set aside for this, right? Because they're going to think, yikes, we didn't think that we needed to secure the rights to repurpose this, right? And so we probably should engage with this person and compensate them rather than risk legal action or public blowback. Okay, and I understand that this doesn't work in every single scenario, but again, having the words, having the vocabulary, understanding what you can say in certain scenarios like this is half the battle. Okay? So arming yourself with this knowledge is oftentimes going to be the difference maker between you getting super flustered and frustrated and feeling as though you're getting preyed upon and feeling as though you're in control of these conversations. Okay? All right. Okay. Scenario number 9, when brands offer free or gifted products. Okay. By the way, if you're just tuning in here, my book is available for pre-order, sponsormagnet.com. Okay. This is what all these scripts are coming from. Scenario number 9, the brand says that they've never worked with partners before. Well, the solution is to flex your expertise and offer to help them with higher level strategy. Hey, name, thanks for connecting with me about this opportunity. It is super smart of you to consider adding influencer marketing into your advertising strategy. I have worked with many brands and companies in a similar category or industry or niche, so I have a lot of experience with best practices and mistakes that you should avoid. I can help you promote your brand or your product or your service and can be an ongoing resource as you build your partnership program. Are you free on Wednesday at 10 a.m. to hop on a call, right? And so again, I can guarantee you that no one else is offering to help the brand think through its high level strategy like this, right? And this just kind of communicates that you are invested in the outcome of their advertising efforts and like reducing the brand's anxiety about paying you a lot of money. In fact, this is kind of like what Bianca did on her sponsorship that we were applauding her about today, right? She pitched UGC. The brand, their interest was piqued, and she got on a call. She acted interested in the brand. She acted interested in what was going on. She mentioned that they were in a new territory, or they were in their existing territory. They're trying to penetrate a new territory. They're having challenges doing that. And so she just listened. She let them talk about what was important to them, not just jammed the UGC thing down their throat. She said, oh, okay, interesting. Oh, live streams is interesting. Cool. Yeah, for sure. I can do that. I'm nimble. I'm agile. I can do all those things. Right? So this is a big part of it. The vast majority of people are not not being flexible and being willing to engage in these types of partnerships. We got smart newborns tuning in the chat. Good to see you here. We've got JM Tex. Good to see you here. We've got Leah tuning in the YouTube chat. We've got This Bites for You. Guys, we've got one more script before we dive into Q&A. So if you have any questions about maybe ongoing deals that you're working on, or you're in a sticky situation with the brand, make sure to drop it in the chat because we're going to dive into that shortly. Okay, so scenario number 10, if a brand offers you free stuff or a gifted collaboration, right? The brand says, Other people did it for free, so why not you? Okay, drop it in the chat if you've ever gotten this one. Well, have you ever gotten this amazing gaslighted response? Let me know. Well, the solution here is that you have to differentiate yourself by explaining your approach. Hey, Name, it is awesome to hear that others have been willing to do it for free. However, my approach to collaboration is quite a bit different. Working with key partners like your brand is a core priority for my business, and as such, I maintain a high level of service. For example, less than 48 hours response time on all email communications. Concepts provided in advance for production for your brand's feedback. Less than 72 hours turnaround time on all revisions if necessary. Ample flexibility when any issues arise regarding timeline or other partnership logistics. Every concept and strategy is explicitly customized to achieve your brand's objectives. We can meet monthly or quarterly to assess the status or performance of the partnership and make course corrections as necessary. Let me know if you're free on Tuesday at 10 a.m. to chat through ways we could optimize your influencer marketing strategy. Mic drop, done. All right. What do we think about this one? Come on. Give me a mind blown emoji in the chat. Give me the money tongue guy. Give me the diamond or the praise hands up. Give me something here. Give me some validation, right? Have you ever said something like this to a brand, right? Because like I get it. Like, it doesn't feel good when brands are trying to gaslight you. It sucks, right? But rather than getting defensive and saying, oh, great, I'm so glad that that's working for you, that all these other people are like fine doing it for free, right? You have to understand that like just assuming that the brand doesn't know any better is just way more productive, right? Because, for example, what if the brand had already contacted 10 other people and they were glad to accept the free products and they didn't push back at all, right? Until I have successfully snuck this book onto the required reading list for every brand's corporate training program, you might be the very first person who offers to educate them on why compensating partners is a wise move. Right? Empathy hat. Are we all wearing our empathy hat? I hope you are. All right. For those of you just tuning in, I have said this 6 or 7 times, but again, people come in and out of live streams all the time. They don't know what the heck I'm talking about. They don't know what I'm doing. This book right here, it is available for pre-order. You're going to start hearing me be very loud about this over the next year, basically, or more, because if I don't do it, no one's going to do it. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm so proud of the book. I have no fear in my mind about whether it's going to be useful. I know it's going to be useful. And so I have no fear in my mind about annoying you guys about it because there's going to be people tuning in who have no idea who I am, who have no idea that I have a book. And if I got to get this in the hands of 20,000 people per year for 5 years, I'm just gonna have to be super annoying about it. So I'm just going to do it. All right. I'm going to take a swig and you guys are going to ask me your questions and I'm going to answer them because that's what I do. All right. What do you got for me? Let's see here. Real quickly here. Hold on a second here. I just refreshed my book orders. I've got an automation for all the book orders. And huge shout out to Tony O'Neill, Anthony Reed, Phil Ronta, Aiden Soggy, and Luis Ruiz for pre-ordering the book. Some of y'all didn't even say that you pre-ordered it. And I just refreshed my chat here with all my notifications. Look at that. Look at what just happened. I went live and I've sold, 5 books? How cool is that? That's so dope to me. Let's just go. Thank you guys. This is so great. Can I share something also really cool? Let me pull up. I have a spreadsheet where I am I'm tracking all the pre-orders. Let me see where we're at here. We may be passing a very auspicious number on this live chat. Hold on a second here. Let me see where we're at. Holy cow, guys. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. We just passed 250 pre-orders. Let's go. We are at 258 pre-orders as of this very moment. That's crazy. 258 people have pre-ordered my book. And you know what's crazier? Is that 5 people have purchased the 10 pack. So 5 people are responsible for 50 of those books, which is just mind blowing to me. So thank you guys so much. I feel so honored so grateful for that. Oh, Tony O'Neill. Okay, Simplified Gardening is Tony. Yes. Awesome, man. Good to, I appreciate that, dude. That really, really means a lot to me. And seriously, 32,000 copies of your book is so impressive, dude. So I got a ways to go. But that's really super impressive. Tony, maybe I'll depress myself or maybe not. How is 250? Like, is that a good number? I'm still like a month and a half away from like launch. I guess almost 2 months. Is that 250? Is that good? I'm going to continue being super loud about it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to keep doing my thing. I'm doing all those 100 podcasts, like going to keep doing my thing. All right. Jack Francis Kelly tuning in on LinkedIn says, love to see it, Mark. I don't know who Mark is. Mark, who's Mark? I'm not Mark. I'm Justin. Maybe we're talking to someone else, or maybe mate. Love to see it, mate. Maybe auto corrected. Let's see here. There's something else I was going to mention about the book. What was I going to say? Oh yes. No, sorry, not about the book. About the event. Okay, so y'all. I have 8 early bird tickets left. I'm not making this up. So the way we did it with our so for those of you guys who don't know, I'm hosting my very first in-person event in March in San Antonio, Texas. It's called Sponsor Games. I'm going to real quickly share my screen because we have 8 spots left for the early bird. Let me just Chrome tab here, Sponsor Games, share. Okay. Yes. So it is going to be amazing. We're going to have so much fun. There's going to be an unbelievable opening, like welcome party to kick it off on March 16th. As I've mentioned before, like there's going to be no keynotes, no panels, no workshops, nothing that you're going to fall asleep at like that. We are turning the 8 steps from my sponsorship wheel into 8 interactive games that will help you master each of these topics. So pitch and negotiate and contract and concept and produce and feedback and publish and analyze. So you're going to be going basically learning over the course of these 3 days, and it's going to be an absolute blast. And the finalists, there's going to be 8 finalists, and you're going to advance to the culminating Sponsor Tank event where you will be pitching real influencer marketing managers, real partnership marketing managers for a grand prize. One lucky creator is going to win a grand prize of $5,000 in cash, as well as lucky 7 runners up getting a bunch of cool creator prizes. Okay, so it's going to be amazing. And where I was going to say here is that here we got 8 tickets left. We have 8 early bird tickets left. And then the price will jump up to $800. Okay. So if you have been on the fence, we're still like, I don't even know, 4 months out from this event, but we're almost selling all of the early bird tickets. So I really would suggest grabbing it if you can. We would love to have you there. We're going all out on this. Really, truly. Yeah. Would love to see you there. It's gonna be so much fun. And I'm gonna like lose my mind to meet all you guys in person. Okay. Let's see here. Simplified Gardening says, offer a spot to one person if you sell 10,000 books by launch. Wow. Oh, this is interesting. Offer a spot to one person if you sell 10K books by how would I do that? What do you mean by that? Like, is it like a collective challenge? Like, guys, I'm going to, fully paid spot. Like if we can get this to 10,000 books pre-sale, I'm going to like select, one person lucky winner to get a, hotel accommodations, all that. Is that what you mean? That's actually kind of a cool cool idea. I don't know what you mean. Megan Clark, yes. Megan says, I will be there. I can't wait to experience this genius event. Yes, I'm so appreciative of you. I cannot wait to meet you in person. This is going to be a ton of fun. Yes, so stoked to see you there. All right. Let's see here. You select one random, one name random, job done. Do you think that's like enough of a community initiative to be like, all right, 10,000 copies, one person gets a free trip? I don't know. Maybe 1,000. Maybe, I don't know. 10,000 feels ambitious. Maybe I'm being like lame and I should think bigger. That's a really good idea though. Bianca, can you ping me in chat about that? I want to like think about how we could logistically do that. That's pretty interesting. All right, let's see here. Bet you didn't know. I am literally writing an email to a brand right now, trying to get a paid long-term deal instead of free product. Please help. They'd like 1 to 2 YouTube videos per quarter, 1 to 2 TikToks, and IG vids per month. I guess I would need more context on the deal, maybe what type of brand it is, what type of, is it like a specific campaign that they're trying to run, or is this more like kind of like an always on? It seems like it's always on because you're going to be doing multiple pieces of content per month. I guess I would need a little bit more context to help you. So a couple questions. One, have you done free work for them before, or are you, is this something you're trying to pitch? I guess I just need more context on the deal before I can give you some advice. Maybe my advice would be, have you gotten on a call with them yet? Because if you're writing an email, I don't know. I've oftentimes found that like getting on a phone call with the brand and establishing that initial rapport goes such a long way in terms of helping them envision hiring you and paying you a lot of money. Because when you're kind of like a faceless entity behind an email address, even if you do have a creator identity and they can like, see their, click on your videos and things like that, somehow getting on a Zoom call with you or even a phone call with you assuages their concerns. Like, wow, this person's asking for basically $50K for the year, whatever that, or let's say 5K, $60K for the year, $5K a month or something. That seems like a lot of money, but you know what? We had that conversation with them. They seem really professional. They're responding to, emails, really quickly. They're all the things line up. There's a bunch of green flags. And to top it all off, we had that great conversation with them. It just seems like it's going to go well. You know what? Even though this person is charging us, 3x what these other creators are that we're talking with, let's go with them. It seems like it's going to go better. I can actually share firsthand that when I ran my influencer marketing agency for many years, we would very often hire creators who were charging 2 or 3x relative to some of the other people that we were talking with, because we just had experience working with them. We knew that it was probably going to be a better experience. We knew, especially if the campaign was like a quick turnaround time, and we couldn't screw around. We tended to defer to the creators that just seemed like they had their ish together, right? And so like I say this all the time, that like it's those intangibles. Everyone wants to harp on the following and the viewership and all that, but there's so many brands, there's so many agencies that value these other types of things that you can bring to the table. And of course, not every brand does, and that's annoying sometimes when brands don't value the other things. But a lot of brands do, especially the brands who don't have a ton of experience. And Bianca said, I had to push for the Zoom call twice, but it is what convinced them of me. There we go. Can we just frame that right there? Frame it in a picture. That's critical. Megan says, but I definitely need to push for, let me see if did I miss some more context here. I'm also working with a brand with a small budget, but I'm sure that they have more based on the other partnerships I see them doing. They have said, as we always do a test collab with our creators to see how our product reacts to how their audience reacts to our product. This helps us work towards getting budgets approved closer to your rate. Unfortunately, the brand is basing it on a ROAS or sales. Any idea to get them away from this type of pricing to see it as a brand awareness campaign? So I would lean in to what they're comfortable with, and I would not push this as I would push this as, hey, let me create 10 ads for you that you can use to run paid advertising. If they are looking at ROAS is return on ad spend, for anyone who wasn't aware, they're probably running paid ads. So I don't know if you can tell me the name of the brand, Megan. But again, knowing that you're a Brand Deal Wizard alumni and you know a lot of these tactics, probably what I would be looking to do would be to go to, actually, can you name the brand? Can you tell me what the name of the brand is? Or maybe, I don't know if you're comfortable sharing, but what I would advise you to do would be to go to Facebook, go to their page transparency section on their Facebook page. Go to their ad library, because any brand who is running paid advertising, you can click and see their ads if they're actively running ads, and even past ads. And you can see what are the positioning that they're running for the ads right now. And then that's what you pivot to. You say, okay, it seems like ROAS is what you're most concerned about. Well, in that case, let me just make you 5 or 10 different ads. I can vary up the hook. I can vary up the, okay. All right. So you're comfortable sharing the name of the brand. So we're going to do this. I'm going to share my screen here. And again, for those of you guys who are not Brand Deal Wizard. I have to log into my Facebook because I'm not logged in right now, but we're going to do, this is just like a little preview of some of the types of things that we do in Brand Deal Wizard. But let me log into my Facebook account so that I can, I got to do the 2-factor authentication. Oh my God. But this will be good. I think you guys will really enjoy this. Okay. Let me share my screen after I log in. There we go. Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to YOLO it. I don't usually do this type of thing live, but we're going to YOLO it today. Okay. Okay, so this is the magic mind that you're talking about, right? Okay, so what we're going to do here is that if they are running ads, so any brand that is running paid advertising, you can go to their about page, you can go to page transparency here. Okay. And, this page is currently running ads. Okay. See all. And I am going to go down to ad library. Okay. Here we go. So boom, here we go. Here are all the active ads that, oh no, it opened. You can't see this. Share this tab instead. You guys can't see it. These are all the active ads that Magic Mind is running. So here we go. It seems like they're doing UGC based stuff. It seems like they're doing screen share meme based ads. It seems like they're doing, this ad started running yesterday. So these are current campaigns that they're running. Let's see, other thing, they've got Black Friday sales going in, ditch the pills, reclaim their brain. So they're, not only can you get informed messaging around the hooks that they're using, the types of ads that they're running, whether they're doing UGC or not, this can really inform your strategy. And so probably what I would lean into, Megan, if this is something that you've tried, I don't know, would be like, hey, let me make some ads for you. It's going to be $3,000. What do you say? Whatever. I'll give you usage rights for XYZ time. So, yeah, I don't know if this is something that you've tried, Megan. And, Megan says, oh yeah, they have a ton of ads, but they don't want usage rights to the content I make. I got it. So yeah, why not make some fresh content for them, for them to use, as ads? Anyways, this is just a little sneaky little tactic, of a way in which you can, if you can, research brands. And again, we talk all about this in Brand Deal Wizard. If you are not, an alumni of Brand Deal Wizard, I see a bunch of alumni on the chat. You just go to branddealwizard.com, and I have a video talking about this. We these are the types of sleuthing. These are the types of research-based things that we go through, about how to, educate yourself before you get on a phone call with the brand. And imagine, Megan, if you push for a call and you did this, like if you copied and pasted all of the text from all their ads, you put it into the Creator Wizard AI chatbot, which is something you get access to for free currently. If you're a Brand Deal Wizard alumni, you copy and paste all the copy from their ads, all their hooks and things like that. And you say, hey, here's all the ads that Magic Mind is running right now. Give me 5 more ideas of gaps in the market, of things that it doesn't seem like they're targeting right now. and I will present this to them as a strategy of like, I can create these 5 ads that it doesn't seem like you've done yet. You present that to them on the call, they're going to be like, they're going to have their mouth hanging on the floor. You think any creators are doing this type of diligence? You think any creators are subscribing to keyword research tools like Ahrefs or something like that? So you can see what types of long tail keywords people are using trying to search for their products, and then you create UGC or ads for them around those topics, or long form videos that they can post on their own YouTube channel. They're not doing that. You are, because you're a sponsor magnet. Oh man, I'm never going to get tired of doing that, right? You're never going to get tired of doing that. Yeah. So if you haven't pre-ordered my book, there's a bunch of awesome pre-order bonuses. You get access to the first chapter for free immediately. Get access to 15 different negotiation scripts to start helping you make more money on your deals ASAP. 10 of them are the ones I talked about today on the live stream, and there's 5 additional ones in there. So yeah, like y'all, come on. What are you waiting for? Pre-order the dang book. For those of you guys who are celebrating Thanksgiving, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I will see you all on the flip side. Oh, and I am not going to do a live stream next week. I can't tell you why quite yet, but it's very exciting. I can't share the news of like why I can't do the live stream next week, but I will share with you the following week. So I guess that's December 9th. So I'll see you back on December 9th for another live stream. All right, everyone. Happy holidays.